Hi everybody, it's Kay back with some more talk about EFT, tapping. And today I've got some questions that people have been asking me about tapping. So I thought I would come in and answer those questions. So, a bunch of frequently asked questions. So first off, what is tapping good for? Well, you will get plenty of answers of people saying everything. Okay, and I know we get a bit suspicious when someone says everything. It's a bit of a snake oil salesman, isn't it? The point is that EFT particularly works on stress, and stress is a really big part of our system. So we are under stress pretty well constantly with, traffic and noise and work pressures and money and children. And so stress is a big part of our life. And so many illnesses, problems that we have are actually caused by the stress. And it can be the stress that we're experiencing now, and it can be the stress that we experienced as a child. So for instance, you will hear that EFT works really well for money. And you're going, well, what, I tap on my face and money rains down? No, not quite that easy. But often we have beliefs and stresses around money that have come from our childhood. So if you saw your father working in a job where he worked 12-hour days, it was physically hard labour, he just got by, then you have probably learnt the money mindset that said you have to work hard to make money. And when you hear someone now and on the computer and say, yeah, you don't have to work that hard. You can make money on the computer fairly easily. Your whole system will go into stress. And it's like a distress because you have been programmed to believe that it takes hard work. And in some ways you feel like if it's too easy, you're dishonouring your parents. So you're coming up as a clash against the old beliefs and the new beliefs. And that's stressful. So it's not that tapping works for everything. It's that tapping works for stress. And stress is a part of everything. So pain. You might have been in a car accident and badly hurt your body. Broken arm, broken leg. You're in pain. But how much of that pain is caused by frustration, by annoyance at the other person who caused the accident, the stress of the money that you're not making or that it's costing. So pain has a lot of stress with it. So tapping works for pain. Tapping works for money because it's about the money mindset. It's about the programs you grew up with. Tapping works for the obvious stress stuff of, stress, frustration, anger, hurt, sadness, all of those things because they're all stress. It works for things like post-traumatic stress syndrome, and it's actually the main therapy now used for veterans in America. Yep, it's the gold standard for post-traumatic stress. Australia hasn't caught up yet, but many countries have. Weight loss is another one. You'll think, well, what's weight loss got to do with tapping? What's tapping? How can tapping help? Again, how am I going to do that and just lose weight? It works because most of us emotionally eat. So someone yells at you, you look for the chocolate bar or the wine at the end of a stressful day or the can of Cokes to get you through the day. So it's still about food and exercise, absolutely. But why we eat those foods is generally stress. Eliminate the stress, the craving for those food goes away, the weight comes off. So, yes, I would actually say you can tap for everything. But remember, it's about the stress. Okay. So a simple question. You'll often see me, I usually tap with my right hand. I'm right-handed, it's easy. But you don't have to. You can tap with your left hand just as easily, right? And you will see some people that will do it both hands, like that, right? And there's some probably good arguments to suggest that we've got meridians running down both sides of us. So really, doing it with both hands is actually quite good. But it doesn't matter, okay? And the next question follows on from that. What if I mess up? One of the things that's so exciting about EFT is you can't mess it up. You forget a point, you change hands, it doesn't matter. You don't know what to say, just say what you're thinking and feeling. The more you can get up those feelings, the more you actually say what you're really feeling, the better. There's no right words other than the words that you're feeling. They are the right words. So you might go, oh, I can't do it as smoothly as you can. I can't say like you do. I don't want you to say it like me. They're my feelings, my thoughts, my words. Now, I've had, 60 years of life experience, so I've got a pretty good idea of some words that people say to themselves. But basically, you can't get it wrong because it's your words. Okay? So tap with both hands, swap around, miss a spot, stay on a spot for a long time. All good. And that brings up another point. Every now and again you'll hit a spot and I don't know, it'll sometimes they're sore. So the spot here is sometimes called the sore spot. Personally, it's not sore on me, but this one under here, that's sore on me. That's actually quite sore. Even just doing that was sore. Another one for me is here, this one. It's not so much, sometimes it's sore. Yeah, a little bit if I press a bit. But when we tap, we often have physical reactions. So for me, it's yawning or burping. Sometimes people laugh. Crying, obviously, is an obvious one. But you can have physical reactions. And sometimes some spots bring those reactions more. Stay on those spots. That's gold. But, if you go, I'm yawning, that's all good. That means it's working because you're releasing the physical energy. That's I think yawn releases a lot of physical energy. Crying, laughing, any of it's appropriate, okay? So that question. The other question people often ask or say is that I've tried tapping and it doesn't work for me. I have never had a client that it doesn't work for, okay? But I've had plenty of people come to me and say it doesn't work. But the key is that you have to find your particular block, the thing that's the thoughts and the feelings, the unconscious stuff that's blocking you. And that's why it doesn't work. You're following along with someone else's video and their words aren't resonating or they haven't actually got to your issue. You might think your issue is money, but it's actually not. It's actually guilt. Okay? And so they're tapping along of I deserve money and money, all of the issues around money. And you think, it doesn't work. I'm not feeling any release. But if we were to have a session, one-on-one session, and I was to ask you the questions and we would discover that, I stole money when I was younger and I feel so guilty and I'm not allowed to earn any more money. And we would tap on the guilt and you would find a big change. So it doesn't, the key in success in EFT is finding your subconscious blocks, the stresses that are inside you that you're holding down. It can be guilt, it can be shame, it can be grief, it can be sadness, it can be all the different forms of stress. And lots of the, following someone on a video can be powerful because obviously the people on the video are quite experienced. They know their topic quite well, so they know the words that most people say. But if EFT is not working for you, I suggest that it means that you just haven't found the subconscious blocks. And that's where a practitioner can be very powerful because if they've got the skill, they will ask the questions that find the unconscious blocks, the subconscious blocks, and tap on those and you will see the massive changes. So, if it's pain, we need to find where the pain started. So not so much the pain now. It can work on the pain that you're feeling right this minute, but the power to release the pain long term comes from releasing it right back at its beginning. And you might say, oh, it was this car accident. But as we talk, you go, oh, actually, I had another accident when I was 12. And you go, yeah, that's probably the one. And they just compounded. Okay? So I believe EFT works for everybody. Now, that's a big statement, I know. But I have never found a client yet that it didn't work for. But sometimes it takes a bit of questioning and a bit of getting into that deep emotion. And if you're not used to looking at your deep emotions, that can be tricky. All right, so they're the questions that I've been asked recently. If you've got any more, I'd love to hear them. I'm happy to answer any questions. And happy tapping. Bye.